Hey guys, welcome to the DLC, where we're going to be talking with Dan Casey today a little bit about something called the PS4 and Xbox One launches. Just a little thing that's happening right now. Next gen. Guess current gen.
Yeah,
really.
Technically.
And I haven't really heard anything too terribly said about the systems that were launched last night.
I have to say, I feel like I haven't seen as many people camping out for these midnight releases this time around, and I also have not heard as much negative bluster. A lot of that was happening leading up to the event, obviously. You know, people going back and forth about which one's going to be better, PS4, Xbox One. But, you know, with stuff coming in, apart from having to download patches, which is unfortunately a reality now with any launch, gaming or hardware, I think it's been relatively smooth sailing.
I have heard, and I think you actually mentioned it to me, that they had some systems that had issues with the disk drive.
Yeah, the Xbox WUB was making some like dubsteppy sounds for certain users. So when they put their disc in, it was just you know, making a very unpleasant noise.
Yeah. What I found really interesting was the fact that for the Xbox 360 launch, when their systems didn't work, everybody was furious.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely furious. And I don't blame them for being that way.
No, you spend that much money on a system, you want it to work when you bring it home.
I do think Sony is kind of, I don't want to say pulling the wool over people's eyes, because that's rough, and I don't think they're doing that, but it's definitely they're able to get away with it a little bit more, and I think that's because of the immense amount of, like, fan love that they've been able to kind of cultivate for themselves before these systems even launched.
Since E3, you could really see there was a sea change. You know, people really, even longtime Xbox supporters, sort of pulled away from the system once the Xbox One was announced. Everyone was fearing that it was going to be this weird Skynet type device in your living room. It's had a really uphill battle to face, but I do think it's going to be a serious holiday contender this year.
I absolutely agree.
Even if it is secretly looking at your wiener with its IR camera.
I have a wiener?
Yeah.
No,
surprise.
Surprise! Merry Christmas!
Achievement unlocked.
Well, so here's the thing. What are your wants for Christmas this year in a system like this? Do you want to go strictly for the gaming platform, which is what the PS4 is pushing itself as, or do you want more of kind of a mixed media thing, which would be, you know, your Xbox One? Personally, for myself, I am not afraid of the whole Skynet issue, the NSA staring at me in my living room, because think of how many products you already have on yourself at any given moment that have the potential of doing that. So it, enjoy yourself, and I'm gonna go with the one that I feel fits my lifestyle right now, which is the entertainment.
And at this point, I'm almost upset if the NSA isn't watching me. You know, I just want to feel loved by someone.
Why can't I be included?
Yeah, come on, I'm doing interesting stuff. I'll do something controversial.
Yeah, and when I say that I'm gonna, you know, go with the one that's the entertainment one, at the end of the day, I'm going with both.
Yeah.
Like, I want a PS4 just as much as I want an Xbox One. That just was the one I happened to get first.
Yeah, but no, I understand. You raised some good points there, especially about that media integration. They have a port on the Xbox One, HDMI import. So, you know, usually you would plug your cable box in there, but you could play a PS4 through the Xbox One with just the Xbox One UI overlay. So you can have your cake and eat it too. Personally, I think I'm leaning a bit towards PS4. You know, I have PS3. I got it at launch day, the old tanning bed for hamsters with the Spider-Man font on top. I've had a better track record with Sony, and especially going into this one, I really respect what they're doing with the Xbox One. I think especially this is the first time I'm doing fantasy football, which, nerds, you need to get in on this. It's like D&D, but with real people who are football players. They're just meaty paladins who throw leather pigskin. Anyway, the Xbox One's great. PS4, I think there's a more robust gaming support, particularly in the indie sphere. And I think they've really, the PS3 was so hard to develop for developers, and I think they've made a real conscious effort to make it more accessible, and people are really throwing their support behind it.
That is a point I couldn't agree with more. I really think that PSN and Sony have really supported indie developers, and that is something that I personally really like to see, and I want to get my hands on. So that's going to be my big thing for the PS4. That being said, you know, of course, launch dates, you're never going to get any really significant titles. And so people that are upset about that, I think you're just going to have to hold on and wait.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, guys, like, it really boils down to, you know, it's not a versus situation so much as that you just should choose the system that you think works best for you.
Exactly. You know what, guys? No matter what console you buy this holiday season, you're going to have a good time. It is crazy. So much future technology. Get the one that more of your friends have. You want to play with your friends, so just follow them. Like, have a good time. Don't bring politics into it. Just buy video games.
And with that, not, buy yourself a Wii U. Until next time, guys, thank you for joining us here on the DLC, and we will see you later. Ciao!